A1. 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 Yeah. Truly. Cooler and I'm flyer too. Jam. Cooler and I'm flyer too.
What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to A1 Forever Sports. And today, you already know, we're talking about those Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks who came back from a 15-point deficit in the second half to beat the Boston Celtics 117 to 116 in the NBA Cup opener. But of course, before we get really into it, T Will, let the people
Yes,
know what's
sir.
going on.
Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing? Hopefully, y'all are doing okay today. I apologize for the presentation as my Wi-Fi is down, but A1 is my guy, and when he says we're going to talk some Hawks, you got to make it happen. So, again, apologies. Hopefully, this will be rectified once, I don't know, my cable provider gets it together. But anyway.
Yeah.
Hey man, let's talk some Hawks. Glad to be with you, brother. I can be found at the number 4, my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube, as well as One Time for the Fan. But we're not here today to talk about that. We're here today to talk about these Hawks and that impressive victory last night against the Celtics, sans or without Trae Young. Chris,
Yeah.
let's talk about it, man. How you feeling about it, brother? Let's go.
Hey man, I'm feeling real good, man. This is a great win. This is something that you can build off on. I've been talking about how the Hawks, what I'm saying, they have some people that's been here, but of course, obviously we have some new pieces and we have to learn how to win together. Last night's
Yeah.
game is a great building block to use. The Atlanta Hawks, man, they just put it all together. They fought, they got down by Boston, and the thing about it is the Hawks have matched up well against Boston. If you look at it, the last four meetings, the Hawks are 3-1. Against Boston. I know some people are going to say, "Yep," and without Trae Young, that is true. But at the same instance, man, it's just like Trae Young, man, is still the driving force of the Atlanta Hawks, and he's still a leader even off the court. Seen him giving the support to all the guys last night on Twitter, and just giving that overall support. But last night was a great team win. Um, it's just like again, just another building block for the Atlanta Hawks in this situation as you went in there in Boston and took down the defending champs, and you
Yes,
did it
you
in
did.
comeback fashion.
Yes, you did.
You know,
Yes,
did it
you
in
did.
comeback fashion. One thing before I just want to highlight really before we start getting into team stats and numbers and everything. I want to give a shout out to the Atlanta Hawks for first of all for being able to come back from that 15-point deficit and also limiting the Boston Celtics in the second half, so to speak. What do I mean? Because in the first half, Boston had over 30 points in the first quarter and in the second quarter. But in the second half, the Hawks were able to limit Boston to 51 points in the second half, and was able to send the walk the Boston Celtics down, and of course, ultimately ended up with the victory.
I tell you my takeaway from last night's game was A1, and that is if we can do this without Trae Young, what can we do with him? Right?
Hmm.
Specifically, the backup guard last night played phenomenal. Um, I just walked away really impressed, dude. Like this last year, even the victory last year, we had DeJounte, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
This was a cumulative team effort last night to win that game. And we were down. We were down as many as 15 points, I think. And these guys
Yeah,
never gave up. They kept fighting. They had 16 steals. They played defense. And they knocked down some big points. Larry Nance with that three, I mean, knocked it down. Bro, I'm not
yeah,
exaggerating when I say this. I have not seen a Hawks team like this in a long time. And when I say that, I mean equal distribution of points, equal distribution of the ball, defensive effort. Um, Dude,
hmm,
we got three bigs, man. We got three bigs. We
yeah,
got
we
three
do.
bigs that can play. You know what I mean? Like I tell you what, this trade is looking better and better and better and better with DeJounte. And I
Yeah.
really have to apologize to Landry Fields, because when we first traded, I was like, Jesus, we got rid of this guy. We got this Dyson Daniels. Are you kidding me? Dyson Daniels? Are
Not
you
not
kidding
I,
me?
my friend.
Are
Not
you no,
I.
you're right. You didn't, but I did. I mean, I was, I wasn't going off, but in my mind, I was like, this is some BS. I don't believe
Right.
this.
Nah,
And,
and I understand it. I understand the family. I mean, it was understandably so. You hadn't seen anything from Dyson. You
right.
ain't seen anything from him. It was almost like he was a throw-in, and we really was getting Larry Nance, and it
Yeah.
wasn't the case. It definitely wasn't the case. But I'm gonna tell you something about Larry Nance real quick, man. That guy's a ball player. He sacrifices, and he just wants to win. You need players and veterans on your team who just want to win. And
Yeah.
that's what he wants to do, man. He's going to come out there, and he had some quotes last night, just talking about like whatever they need me to do. They need me to guard. I'll run around with them. I'll do it. They need me to shoot threes. I'll do it. They need me to play big. I'll do it. That's the kind of guy that you want on your team. And when you look at the box score, first of all, in the free throw department, the Hawks didn't do well. 53%. That actually, normally when you shooting that low in an NBA game, it's
You're gonna
hard to
lose.
come back from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Boston did shoot 40% from three. They hit
They
18
don't
threes.
miss. They
They
don't
yeah,
miss.
but that's something that they do. You just got to make sure they don't run you out of the gym with it.
Right.
And
Right.
field goals overall though, outside of that, then it's when it started getting to and the blocks. They had 5 blocks as well. But outside of that, the Hawks were able to take care of business in every other category.
Yeah.
Rebounds, assists, 16 steals. Come on now.
Yeah.
Had 16 turnovers, but Boston had 20. Then they
Yeah.
still shot 50% from the field. So what does that tell you? I'm about to. Points in the paint,
Yeah.
68-32.
That
Straight dominated.
yeah. Well,
Dominated the
you
points
had
of the
to.
paint.
You had to. That was, I mean, bro, if they're
That's
shooting
how you beat them.
40% on threes, that's the only way you were going to win that game, was to dominate in the paint, and we did that.
There
And let
you
me tell
go.
you something. Looking at
Don't forget now. Hold on, T. Will. Don't forget second chance points.
yeah, man.
They took care of business in that too. 18-7. Fast break points. Something that
Yeah.
Boston normally kills teams with. When they get the rebound, they get out and run, and they find their shooters in transition. Hawks were able to limit the Boston to 10 fast break points and won that department 14-10, and also won the points off turnover battles. And
Yeah.
that's partly thanks to a guy that we're going to talk about here in a minute, and that's Dyson Daniels. But I'm going to let you finish your point before we move to Dyson.
No, I mean, looking at this team last night, man, they can play with anybody. Like, if
Right.
you can do this without Trey, and you did this to the world champs, right? These aren't also Rans. These are the world champs. This is the team with the second best record in the league, except for Cleveland, which is Cleveland is insane. But look, if you can do this, bro, you get Bogey back, you get Dre back, you can make a run at that third seed. There's no way I would have said that. But look at especially in the East. Look at the East. Most of the teams are either 500 or less, with the exception of Boston and Cleveland, I think. But everybody else 5-5. So
everybody's right there with one another.
There's a lot of parity. This conference is wide open. And look you went into Boston, and you weren't in the ATL. You weren't in the A doing this. You went into Boston. You know what I mean? And you said, "Hey, man, give me your best shot. What you got? Okay, we'll take your threes. Yep. Great. Okay, watch this. Yeah. You won the turnover battle. You dominated in the paint. In the paint. And you did this sans Trae Young. Like, bro, you get what this says me is what this victory says to me. This team is bought in. This team is bought into what Quinn is saying. They have clearly bought in, and bro, I mean, hey, we can do some things. Right. I'm not saying we're gonna win it, because Cleveland is playing bananas right now. Like, they really are the land of the giants, and good luck with them. But We
Man,
can make some noise,
it's
man.
all good. We got to do it one game at a time, just like last night, man. Again, I go back to me saying this team has to learn how to win together, and this right here is going to be a great building block, you know, and I believe of confidence moving forward. You just got to treat every night and every opponent, you got to give every opponent their respect, regardless of the record, so you can handle your business and you can play your game. And like I said, moving to Dyson Daniels, the guy was 12 for 21, right? 12 for 21. That's 57% from the field. And he was 1 for 5 from 3. But guess what? The timely 3 is when it was like I believe Jalen Brown had just came down and I believe just hit a 3. Then Dyson Daniels just comes around to the wing, catches the ball, drops the 3. Timely 3 right there, right back at you, ties the game. And it's just Dyson Daniels was just everywhere, man. He was just doing this thing. 6 steals, 6 more steals, as in the last 3 games he's had 7, 6, and 6 in the steals department. And right now he's halfway there to an old record. Now you may know this guy, talking about NBA, old school NBA, Alvin Robertson. 1985, 1986, Alvin Robinson had 6 straight games where he had 6 or more steals. Dyson Daniels is 3 games away from doing that. Do I believe he can? Absolutely, because I mean, the guy is a pest, a menace, just on the defensive end, and that's what he wants to do first. He uses his defense to translate and turn that into offense. He had a few, and then he leaks out as well when everybody down there all in the commotion, and shout out to JJ a couple of times for finding them on the leak outs. So man, this guy, 28 points. Where's all the people that felt like he couldn't score? Where's all the people that felt like Dyson Daniels was going to be trash? Dyson Daniels, you know, this and that. And I know this is like his career high, but the thing about it is he wasn't going to get any opportunities in New Orleans. It just wasn't going to happen. And the guy was young. I just don't understand how you give up so fast on a guy who's barely been in the league. He's only 21 years old and he still has more room to grow. And I said it before on previous shows to you, Will, and I'm gonna say it again. The coaching staff, you don't give them much credit because you know sometimes it's not they don't earn it. But right now, Dyson Daniels is playing confident because of this coaching staff. You know, the coaching staff have gave him the free will to go out there and do his thing. And if you look at it, I don't know if people really realized, but I'm happy that it was on display last night about Dyson and him being able to handle the ball. He handled the ball. He played 41 minutes, and I believe at least about 28 of that he was controlling the ball. So like that lets you know, that gives a different element. The Hawks have multiple guys who can dribble the ball, who can control the ball handle. And that was another thing coming into the season. I was saying you possibly may have with Dyson Daniels and there's other people, other basketball minds who've seen the same thing out there. So like to see that last night really put a smile on my face as well, because it was a lot of questions. Okay, no Trey, you got Wallace, but you really don't trust him like that. You like him, but do you really trust him to control the offense like that? He had question marks. So you had Dyson coming there. Dyson is controlling the ball. He's getting his own shot. He's moving the ball. You know, you still want to see more movement, I think, you know what I'm saying, with the Hawks, and you still want to see a little bit more discipline on defense with the Hawks, you know what I'm saying, because they really, I feel like they hit more free throws and they knock down more shots, honestly, you know, so they can actually beat Boston by more. But that's nitpicking. At the end of the day, Dyson Daniels just completely took over this game. He also added, of course, 7 assists, 3 rebounds as well in that, man. So, man, how do you feel just about just Dyson Daniels now? I know you had questions before, but just now, the player Dyson Daniels.
Bro, I mean, I'm in awe. Now, and let me take a step back. Even if Dyson Daniels gives you 10 points a game, on the defensive end, he probably saves you about 15, right? With the steals and the defense and everything. So he's phenomenal. Last night, what that says to me is we won that trade. I'm not even talking about Larry Nance and the fact that he's a big ass center that can hit a three. I'm not even talking about that. I'm really looking at this trade like New Orleans. What the hell were you thinking? Like, I mean, DeJounte's pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but bro, I mean, Daniels is a difference maker. You know what? I'm gonna use another term. Daniels is a dog. He is a dog. Let me tell you something. You hey, bro, you bring a lunch. Bring a lunch. He's one of those guys.
You got to bring your lunch.
Going up against him, it's going to be a long day. And you going up against him on defense, when you get back on defense, you're probably going to be tired because you are expelling so much energy trying to deal with him, you know what I mean, when he's guarding you. And this dude is just phenomenal, man. And he works hard, bro. And he doesn't quit. He doesn't stop. And just this team, I haven't seen a Hawks team play together like this. We're not even talking about Zachary Ricochet. We're not talking about.
We're going to get to him.
We have some weapons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're going to get to JJ. We're going to get to Ricochet, Larry Nance as well. You know, I said a couple players. Like I said again, great overall team win because everybody contributed in some form or fashion, whether if it was points, rebounds, you know, steals, whatever the Hawks needed. They was able to get that from out of their players last night. And again, like I said, it's not a whole lot of times, you know, so we're happy with some of the rotations that Quinn did. Quinn did his thing last night, and he chose correctly, keeping Larry Nance in, using Okongwu in the fourth quarter, and the combination of Okongwu and Nance in the fourth quarter just, you know, some really catapulted the Hawks into this victory as well. But all three bigs did well last night. All three bigs did very well last night. And I got to commend Capella, Okongwu, and Larry Nance, the trio, helping us, you know, take down Boston. My thing is Capella was 8 for 11, 72% from the field. You know, that you take that. That's great, Clint. Another 7 for 11 was Okongwu. And then next thing you know, you have Larry Nance, who's 7 for 10 and 5 from 6 from the 3-point line. Come on now. We'll take that off. We'll take that all day long.
All day and twice on Sunday, man. And bro, we got to be big. I got a question for you, Chris. With last night's
before your question, let me get this point out there too. About just finishing off about Dyson Daniels. 76 deflections. And this man is leading the league in steals. The man said he wanted to be Defensive Player of the Year, first team All Defense. I'm talking about. I'm about to give him the Tony. I'm about to start giving him the Tony Allen and start holding up the one if he get that first team defense. I'm telling you, man, because he's on his way. And finally, something like that for the Atlanta Hawks is here in Dyson Daniels, somebody that wants to play defensive end and is able to turn his defense into offense and to lead to better communication on the court, lead to better plays on the court for the Atlanta Hawks. Man, I absolutely love it. But what's your question, my brother?
With last night's performance, has Larry Nance earned more playing time when we get certain folks back? Like, to me, seeing that last night, I don't see how you can't get him more playing time. Even when certain folks come back.
Right.
I mean, me. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, there's nobody that we're waiting on that can take time from him, to be honest. Right. I mean, Larry Nance, you know, I mean, what Dre's missing, Bogey's missing, Kobe, Trey, and Veet. None of those guys are going to take 10 minutes from Larry Nance, and Larry Nance has earned time. Larry Nance had really earned time before this game for me. If you realize that he didn't even play in Atlanta against Boston, he was a DNP. So I'm glad that he was able to get into this game and show what he can do. Man, the man played 27 minutes, 70% from the field, 83% from the 3-point line, and he still provided other things. Just communication is something that he does well too. Larry Nance talks, like, you know, Larry Nance talks, and he had He had 2 assists, 2 rebounds, all timely. He even had a steal. The man dropped 19 points for you off your
Yeah.
bench.
Yeah.
Kongwu with 15, Capella 18. You know what I'm saying? These all your bigs, worked it. And again, we dominated the points in the paint again. That's
Yeah.
something else I just want to hammer home, how we just really just clobbered them in the paint. And that's something that aided to this win. I'm sorry, it just aided to this win. Definitely got to move on to our guy, man, Jalen Johnson, somebody who is becoming more and more comfortable in that role of being the number 2 behind Trey, so to speak. And of course, you still see just a little bit of hesitation here and there. He's still figuring it out. He's still the turnovers and everything like that is going to come with it because he's into a new role. He's more into the spotlight more so than before what he was. But Jalen Johnson, man, what can you say about this kid? I mean, at the end of the day, he got his second triple-double for his career. He had one last year and got his first this year. And it's wonderful to see. Jalen Johnson, man, 8 for 17 from the field last night, 2 for 4 from 3. Also had 13 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, man. Like, well, what more do you want? He even had 3 steals and a block to add to his point total of 18 points. And it's just that man is going to get more triple doubles. I said the guy can be a 20 and 10 guy. And honestly, like, he hasn't disappointed in that area at all. Because like in his last 5 games, he scored at least 18 points now. Because with 18 last night, but before it was 20, 23, 20. So he's out there again coming into his own and being that number 2 behind Trey, man. Jalen Johnson, big triple double for him, man. What do you think about JJ?
Let me tell you something, man. What I really am seeing this year that I did not see last year, and I think a lot of this is because of being around Trey Young and osmosis, is JJ has a very good assist game.
Right.
Very good assist game. Like he's in the middle of driving and then he sees someone and if I blink for a second, I'm like, was that Trey? No, wait, he's too big to be Trey. But the distribution, the vision, he tried one last night and it got interrupted, but it would have been beautiful. He tried to drop a teardrop pass to Clint or one of the centers, and it was too short. But other than that, man, his court vision is what is. I didn't see that last year. I saw him making steals. I saw him playing defense. I saw him going to the rim and slam dunking. I did not see his assist game and his court vision. And let me something.
Hold on now, T. Will. We seen like some glimpses of it though when he was able to have the ball in his hand more so in the second half, back half of the season though. Like we knew that JJ can control the ball, and that was one of the reasons why we liked him a little bit more than John Collins because he can handle the ball, he can pass, he's athletic, so he can be in the air and find somebody. It's just we knew it wasn't on the level of Trey, but this year I do think it has gotten better.
It really has. Yeah. That court vision, man. But let me tell you something. This trio of JJ, Daniels, and Risa Shea. I again, I am completely caught off guard. I knew Risa Shea could shoot. I knew that. I knew that Daniels could defend. I didn't know to the level or to what level that Daniels could defend. And I knew JJ had a pretty good game, but it seems like these guys are all ascending and they're going to get better. And I keep saying this. You get Bogey back, you get Veet back. Obviously, you get Trey back, you get Dre back. Bro, you have a squad. Now, I'm not saying we're winning the championship, but you got a team that can get into the playoffs and make some noise. You got a squad that can go on a run. If they play like they played last night and you get those other pieces, but hey, look out, man. Look, there's nobody in the league that I fear. Maybe Cleveland, because they look unstoppable right now. But outside of
Well,
them,
it's still early.
it is. But there's nobody in the league. Looking at what I saw last night, knowing what we have on the bench, there's nobody that I fear. Nobody.
Right.
Nobody. And I don't think I've ever said that about a Hawks team. But you go into Boston and tell them, look, we're here to play, guys. And you can shoot all that 3 shit if you want to, but guess what? We're going to dominate, and we're going to play big boy ball with y'all. We're going to bully y'all in the paint. We're going to snatch all the rebounds. Oh, yeah, we're going to get 16 steals as well. And at the end of the day, yeah, we're going to take this victory with us and go home. Good luck, fellas. We'll see you next time. You did that to the world champs. The world champs, indeed. Chris.
Right. Bro. And another thing about Jalen Johnson, too, man, he's the second youngest forward to have a triple-double in Boston.
Yeah.
And the other guy who did it, LeBron James. And who do we see JJ working out with this offseason?
LeBron James. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm gonna say it. When Dre comes back, is he coming off the bench?
When Dre comes back, is he coming off the bench?
Yeah. Looking at what I'm seeing now, with what we got going on, when Dre comes back, is he coming off the bench?
No, man. As much as I want to say he is, I still got to see it to believe it. I don't think that I think when Dre comes back and they're saying, hey, man, I'm fully healthy, I'm ready to go, I still believe they're going to want to bring Zach off the bench. I still do. It's great that he's getting starting minutes now because it's going to better his production and development later on down the line. But I just don't. I got to see it to believe it right now, man. I feel like eventually Dre will be going to the bench, but I feel like when he comes back, he's going to be back in the starting lineup. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's just a realistic thing that could happen. And with Ricochet, even with himself, the thing about it, if he would have got more playing time last night, and I understand the flow of the game, he still almost had a double-double. He had 9 rebounds and he had 8 points. So he only shot 30% from the field and was 0 from the 3-point line, but he was still out there playing, not giving up, playing on the defensive end. And for the plus minus for people who care about those type of things, he was a plus 12, which was the second highest next to Onyeka Okongwu, who was a plus 15. So
okay, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize Onyeka was a plus. Okay.
Yeah, he was a plus 15. Onyeka 15 points. He had 2 assists, 6 rebounds here, and he now from the 3-point line he was 1 for 4. But at the same time, that was really, honestly, if he didn't even shoot as many threes as he did, he would have been more. He would have been better from the field because that's where 3 of his misses came from. So, but they gave it to him, man. He was open a couple times. Hey, man, Onyeka's going to have to shoot it. We knew last year that Onyeka had to get better at that position, or shooting the 3, period, in order to even have a chance to overtake Clint. But honestly, I don't even think you have to worry about him necessarily overtaking Clint. Clint's going to start, but you can see that Onyeka and Larry Nance are going to get rotated in and get more minutes than Clint because, as you've seen, 27 minutes from Nance, 30 minutes from Okongwu, but only 16 for Capella. But there was 16 efficient minutes, though, from Capella. That was great Clint last night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he even split his free throws. He went 2 for 4. You know, I mean, you really can't knock that from Clint. So you'll take that from him, man.
Yeah.
But just talking about our rookie, man, back to him is just he's getting this playing time. He's getting this experience and it's great. I just don't believe that the coaching staff are going to go away from Dre just yet.
I'm not
And
mad.
the starting lineup, I really
I'm
just
not.
I
I'm
got to
not mad.
see it. To believe it.
I'm not mad if they don't. I'm not mad if they. I'm not mad if
Yeah,
they don't. Look at Dre. Dre is a great defender. Now he's not elite, but he is a great defender. And you put him with with Dyson Daniels. Hey,
hmm
you
He
wrote.
doesn't
Look,
have to do it all by himself. Just like I've
we
been
got
been banging on the table. Dre didn't got to do it all by himself.
we
He
got a
just needs to
squad.
stay healthy. He
Yeah,
just needs to
yeah.
figure that out. And I know that that has something to do with him coming back early a few
Mm-hmm.
times, I believe, because he was the only thing the Hawks had as far as any kind of defensive
Right.
presence.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I definitely believe, he's been rushed back a few times in his career. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Dre, he can't stay healthy. He just can't. And with that contract again, it's like you kind of got to start him because you can't really move him like that. I don't know who really takes that contract. But speaking about Dre, because we're speaking about injuries, the Hawks did get some good news though. First of all, Bogey, I believe, is going to be reevaluated in a week.
Okay.
Also, yeah, we're evaluated in a week. Kobe Buffkin and Veet Krejci are both putting up shots. I think they're going to be reevaluated here in about another week or so. You
Okay.
still have Trey Young will be back Friday.
Okay.
So yeah, that's gonna be cool. And you also have okay, I said Dre. I think Dre is still day to day, but he can be coming back in any game now. The Hawks could be at full strength by the end of this month, and then we can finally see what in the world the Hawks got to offer, and how can they take down the NBA or take the NBA by storm. The Atlanta Hawks, by the end of this month, it is November 13th as this
Mm-hmm.
live is going on.
Mm-hmm.
By December 1st, the Atlanta Hawks can be at full strength and ready to show Atlanta and the rest of the NBA what it has to offer. And I think that's something to get excited about if you're an Atlanta Hawks fan. You just got to continue to weather the storm. You
Yeah.
got to weather the storm. You got to beat teams you're supposed to beat.
Mm-hmm.
You got to continue to learn how to win together. That chemistry is everything. That's why you got Boston, who, even though they was missing Porzingis last night, they still have a team that was on the floor last night that still can go out and win a championship if everything goes their way, if they're playing their game. But you see, if the Hawks play with effort, communication, they can go out there and compete with anybody. And it's all about giving yourself an opportunity at the end of the doggone day.
Mm-hmm. They can beat anybody. Not only can
Yeah.
what they showed me last night, they can beat anybody. Bro, if to your point, you get back some of the weapons that we're missing, this team can do some damage, man. This team can do, bro. You realize the firepower that you're missing coming off.
Mm-hmm.
When they come back. Oh my goodness. Oh my
Realize,
goodness.
realize if we play both ends of the floor, we can really beat teams by more than just 1, 2, and 5 points. We can
Without a
start
doubt,
beating teams
right?
by double-digit points because, again,
Yeah.
just even in this game, the Hawks shoot better from 3, or if they were able to find a way to limit Boston in some type of way from those 18 threes. If you cut if you cut off 4 of those threes, that's 14 for them.
Mm.
And then if you make more free throws, you beat Boston by over double digits.
20 points. Yeah, 20 or at least
Right.
10.
So yeah, I'm gonna at least say at least double digits somewhere in that area. So that's another thing to get excited about too, about the
Yeah.
what if we are able to get it together on both ends, communication, switching,
Mm-hmm.
rotations
Mm.
from the coaching staff, and being able to put the best product on the floor.
Yeah.
The Hawks may start beating teams that you'd be like, man, what in the world? Where is this Atlanta Hawks team coming from? It's all up to Quinn Snyder. Quinn, you got some pieces. It's time to really, when you get them back, put them together. You are the captain of the ship. So
Mm-hmm.
you're going to have to put these guys into the best situation you can. The best lineups have to be out there, point blank, period.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that he understands that. I ain't got to just say that. He understands what the assignment that he has in front of him. And Atlanta Hawks fans are going to be watching you closely, Mr. Snyder.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
rightfully so. I don't knock anything, any feelings, whether it's good or bad. I don't knock it from any Hawks fan. At the end of the day, I know they just want to win. Some of the best fan base in the NBA. They just need a winner. That's all.
I tell you what, what's going to be interesting are the combinations that he deplores when we get these resources back. Right. That's fascinating to me. Like, who are you going to pair who with? Like, who are you going to pair Bogey with? When Bogey comes back, does he start? Does he not start? Does he come off the bench?
He's coming off the bench. Absolutely, bench.
I mean, when Veek comes back, where's he gonna be? Who are you gonna pair him with? This Wallace kid is balling.
It's gonna be interesting when Kobe Buffkin comes back.
Well, do you need Kobe Buffkin? I mean, at this point, look.
No, you're gonna have Kobe Buffkin come back because
I'm just
for
saying,
depth,
Kobe,
if nothing else.
Yeah, Kobe hadn't shown me much. So look, this Wallace
and in
kid,
all fairness, undrafted free. It's just like, I hate to bring up football into a basketball conversation, but that situation is going to be like Bijan and Tyler Algier all over again. It's just like you have a number 1 overall pick compared to a guy that was for Keaton, he was undrafted. So it just you know what I'm saying? It's just like, at the end of the day, you still going to see what your first round pick can do because you've been waiting on it. And so Keaton has definitely earned him some playing time. I still think you should be able to. You may have some sets to where you may have Kobe at the 1 and maybe Keaton at the 2. So you never know. And to give Trey some rest and just to see like how the rotation may work. You know, I can see it. We'll see about it going forward though. But guys, minutes are going to start getting cut. I mean, you're going to see, like for example, David Roddy. When we get fully healthy, I don't expect to see David Roddy too often like that. For size and length purposes, I don't expect that. Like, I think Garrison Matthews will still get some minutes just because he's been shooting, and I know some people are liking what he's doing, and some people are wondering if Garrison will take more minutes from Bogey actually when he comes back. I've had little side conversations about that, putting Garrison in over Bogey. Just because they feel like, I mean, he can shoot and he gives you more on the defensive end. That will yet to be seen, and the jury is still out on that. Because Garrison.
How about Garrison with Bogey? Like, I'm really interested.
I don't like that.
Well, I'm just interested to see what the combinations are going to be, because one thing that jumps out to me, this team has depth. Right. This team has depth in spades. So when you get the guys that you were counting on, when they come back, what's that going to look like? Because if you can do this with this iteration of this team, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, maybe everybody's minutes get cut, and you, because again, it's about winning. It's about the jersey on the front. I don't see how you, even when folks come back, I don't see how you can take Larry Nance out. Right, I don't see how you can.
Again, he has nobody that can really like take minutes from him. And if they're going to be rotating these 3 bigs in, regardless, because you got to have that size out there too. You may see Okongwu and Larry Nance out there together. And honestly, I don't expect them to run Dre into the ground. I expect
don't have to now. You don't. He can really get the Capella treatment, because from what I saw last night, bro, that works. Like, you keep Capella at 16, 20 minutes, you get Capella from 4 or 5 years ago because he's got energy. Because I get it. I'm 54. You know, you can't. Hey man, like Rocky said, that ain't us no more, Apollo. You can't do that anymore. Like, you know, hey, you can't do that for 30 minutes, man. My son would be 20 years old, and we were playing around in boxing the other day. Man, I was tired in 30 seconds. I'm like, bro,
come on, T. Will.
Man, bro, I'm out
Well,
of shape, bro. I can't.
no, man. We
You
gotta
talking
get you
about
better than that,
boxing?
T. Will.
You talking about serious boxing?
Yeah,
Man, you gotta have that one hit. Hey, you get old, you better have that one hit a quitter. You ain't gonna have that stamina to go with that young dude, man. So I'm saying this, bro. I'm just really this last night. What that did for me, I am so interested in this team going forward and how we deploy these resources. Because let me tell you something, if you can beat Boston, you can beat anybody. And if you can beat anybody with the lineup that we had last night, oh, what happens when we get these weapons back? It's like you say, it's going to come down to Quinn and how you deploy these resources. But you might have a few trades, man. You might have a few trades. I don't know, man, but look,
you never know. You never know.
don't
At the end of the day, I want to see the team in its full strength, full capacity. I want to see. I want to see how Quinn navigates. If we can just get this team to stay healthy, like I would love to see what Quinn can do in 20 games with a full roster.
Yeah.
I would love to see what can happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because the thing about it is, again, I go back to it. We still waiting to see exactly what Quinn can do for the Atlanta Hawks. And he has good times, he has bad times, and he has subjective times to where, you know, it can be on the fence either way. It all depends on how you're looking at it. But again, he did well last night. I'm not taking anything from it. I enjoyed the rotations. We got the win. And shoot, man, a couple of things go the Hawks' way moving forward. You never know. Could be a win streak coming. You know, we haven't won two in a row really since the beginning of the season, starting 2-0. So we got a big game on Friday, and we're getting some rest. That's something else too. Like the Hawks haven't been getting any rest, and we're getting some rest. We don't play again until Friday again, so 2 days in between. Let's see what the I'm saying, energized Hawks can do, man. Like, go out here and show everybody that, hey, man, we're a better team than advertised. You just got to tune in and pay attention. You know, they have potential for sure. Definitely have some things you can still nitpick on for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, though, I'm not going to go there right now. Just great win, great team win overall for the Atlanta Hawks. Very proud of those guys, man. That's what I want to see going forward from our leader, Trae Young, when he returns, playing that team ball, controlling the offense, you know, getting your points too, cool, but not forgetting about the guys, not saying that he does, just saying what I want to see. Just more team ball, man. Let's play team ball, play with effort. Let's talk, communicate, switch, rotate. I just can't wait for it, man. This team can be something and surprise somebody. And just like what we say with the Falcons, why not us? And we can say with the Hawks, hey man, why not us if we can get our ish together and keep it together, man. Stay healthy.
With bro, bro, this let me tell you something. This game last night blew my mind, Chris. I mean, it blew my.
I know it. I remember. I was getting the messages. I told you I was like, yeah, I'm watching it and coaching at the same time,
bro. Let me tell you something. I watched the first half. And then I kind of started doing something because I was working last night doing some other stuff. So I fully expect getting back to this thing in the fourth quarter for this to be like a 30-point lead by the Celtics. I tune in with like 7 minutes, 18 seconds left, and it's 97-97. And I'm like, holy crap, are you kidding me? I like, what?
Right.
What? So now I'm watching the game like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's like, what if you know what I mean? And I'm watching us. And it's like shot for shot. Boston comes down, they make a shot. Then we come down, then we make a shot. Then they go down. And they were hitting three after three. And some instances we were hitting three, but even if we didn't hit a three, we never stopped. We came down and at least scored a two. And then they came down and we might have stopped them. But it was right.
We played basketball. It wasn't just coming down, just trying to get it all back in one or two plays.
Right.
It was a point in time we were down by 4. And the next thing you know, they come down, they run the offense. It just so happened a 3-pointer became available, knocked it down. But even when it wasn't that, the Hawks came down and played basketball and they hunted for inside. They stuck to the game plan. They
They
were
did.
killing them in the paint,
Yep.
and Dyson kept coming in. Guys kept coming in and getting around the rim and scoring around the rim. That was
Yeah.
another thing too, man. Sometimes you can't always just be coming down and just hunting for the three. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta run the offense and get a two, and
I
then
like what
continue
you
to
said.
play defense.
I like what you said. And the first thing you said was, if that three became available, they took it. But
There
if
you
not,
go.
they went ahead and scored. In other words, they weren't just coming down jacking up threes. Because I've
Right.
seen the Hawks do that in the past where they feel like there's so much pressure. And they in the moment. So the one thing they did, they played defense. They from start to finish, they competed. They did not stop. Because one thing about 3-point shooters, I mean, unless you just can shoot 60% from the floor, you're going to cool off. And if you can stay consistent, dominating the paint, continue to play defense, you're going to close that gap. And that's what they did last night. But again, the moment was not too big for them. They kept going. They kept defending. They kept scoring. And let me tell you something. That putback by Okonwu was just what won the game. You know, it won, even though the
Yep,
refs tried that little stupid whatever thing that was at the end. The
bro.
Hawks defended.
That was fishy.
I don't know what that was. I still, because Quinn was talking and he was like, well, it wasn't out of bounds. He was like, so I don't know what it was. Maybe you guys talking to the media can talk to them. I don't know what it was. But what I do know is when it mattered, our ATL Hawks, our Atlanta Hawks, our beloved Hawks defended. You know what I mean? They defended.
Right.
They won this game on the defensive end. And it's been a while since I could say that. Let me tell you something. This team's got me fired up, man. They got, because what I saw last night, bro, we can do some damage. I'm not saying, let me knock on wood. I'm not saying we're gonna win it all. I'm saying this is the first Hawks team that I've seen in a long time that I would in a bar say, I'm not afraid of any team. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I'm making an analogy, this Hawks team is the kind of guy that can go into a bar and say, I'll take it with any of you guys. Let's go. Who wants it? Who's first? Who want and can be confident that, guess what? I can walk up out of here and be just fine. I ain't scared of
Right.
none of yous. I'm not scared of any of yous guys. Let's go. That's this Hawks team, man.
Hey,
Bro, are
but
you kidding me?
and that's the type of excitement right there that the Atlanta Hawks can bring to the city of Atlanta.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
continue to show what they showed us last night. Continue to take care of business as a team, play as a team, be one. What it was on Drumline, one band, one sound.
One band, one sound,
And
right? And
yeah,
that's
man, they take
key.
care of business.
That's bro.
They gotta take care of business, bro.
Bro, I'm so excited from what I saw last night because these guys played with passion. They didn't go out there like, oh, we're the Hawks. They came out there like, nah, you know, I don't give a damn that you're Boston. Let's go. Let's go. We're the Hawks, damn it. Let's go. And they played together and they didn't stop and they didn't quit. And I'm telling you, man, the triplets, Ricochet, JJ, Daniels, bruh.
Hey, man.
Just this
And
team.
you can say that, and the trio of Nance, Capella,
Yes.
Okongwu, you know,
bro.
that's
So
so it's just we got some rotations that we possibly can work out, man. We just got to get healthy and again see this full lineup for what it is.
Bro, I'm gonna try and find that. I have YouTube, and I'm basically going off my wireless carrier because my cable's down. But I'm gonna try and find that game again on YouTube, see if I can watch it from start to finish. Because
you need to, man. You need
the effort that this team gave, bro. I'm so proud today, man.
It's gonna be like night and day to you, though. I'm gonna let you know that game is gonna be like night and day. In the first half, you're gonna be like, here go Boston, and then when the Hawks get down 15, the morale could have just been like, all right, man, we might well go and pack it in. It didn't happen. They kept fighting. They hung around.
To your point, it was the same way in that other game. I think I reached out to you about, you were doing something. I was like, yo, the Hawks just came back from 30 or however many points. but it was this team has the ability to come back.
The Detroit game. The Detroit
Yes,
game.
because
I wasn't
honestly,
able to
man,
see that.
honestly, man, that was such a phenomenal game. That was even though we lost, and I get it, I was proud of our guys, man, because again, and I think we're in Detroit. I think we were in Detroit.
Yeah. Then,
but we came down from at least 24 points in that game. We were in Detroit. We were in Detroit.
Okay.
But we came back. We came down from 24 points to take the lead in the last couple of seconds. I mean, they won it. The ball bounced for them. But my takeaway from that is this Hawks team can compete. But that was with Trey.
Right.
What you did last night.
They did battle all the way back with him.
Right. You went into Boston without Trey, without Bogey, without dude I can never remember, without
Kobe Buckins.
Yes, Kobe. I swear to God, man, I need to like write his name and put it on this chain. I don't know why I forget. And look, no disrespect, Kobe. You play the game. I don't know why. I don't know. You know what it is? I think because his name's Kobe. And when I say the name Kobe, it kind of hurts me a little bit. You know what I mean? So maybe it's my mind. I don't know. I don't know why. But anyway, without all of those guys, you went into Boston, the land of the champs. The land of the champs, the 2023 champs, and they were dominant, and you kicked the door down and won. And believe you me, everybody in Boston was collectively like, WTF, what the Frankenstein? What is going on?
And the thing about Boston Celtics fans, they went off last night, man. How in the world are you losing to the Hawks and everything? Hey, man, the thing about it is the Hawks gave that effort, and the thing about it is the Hawks didn't give up, and the Hawks play you well anyway, just from a matchup standpoint. So at the end of the day, we was able to take care of business. Jalen Brown, he had a great game in the 30s. Derek White, my goodness, that guy, he's just
phenomenal, man.
Does he miss? Ultimate utility player that just does everything for that team, man. It's just like it seems like when the chips are down, it almost feels like he doesn't. But again, Hawks weathered that storm, and I'm happy to see it again. 117, 116 in the NBA Cup opener, and those wins still count too. So it's all great, man. But T-Will, man, it's been a great show, man. We're definitely about to get up out of here. Please tell all the people where they can find you, man, and your thoughts moving forward.
Yes, sir. First and foremost, as always, Brother Chris, thank you for having me. Always enjoy doing shows with you, man. Definitely my brother from another. And hey, if content creators, if Chris is not doing your videos, hey, man, your videos are not getting done. So you can find me at the number 4, my ATL Sports 1, the number 1. Again, for my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Typically there 7 p.m. Fridays, usually after the game on Sundays and Monday mornings at 8 o'clock. You can also find me at One Time for the Fan, which airs shows Wednesday night at 9 p.m. As a matter of fact, should be a show tonight, and Friday mornings at 9 a.m. I want to thank God. I want to thank everybody, all the Hawks fans, Falcons fans, Braves fans, just everybody. Again, thank God. Want to thank Mr. Jack Spade and Mr. Eric Parker for getting me in this business. And of course, Brother Chris, want to thank you. You keep inviting me. I'll keep coming back. I'm going to defer to you, sir, as you are the host of the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tournament game on Friday. Guess who we're playing? Washington Wizards.
Yeah,
I think we owe them a little something.
Yeah, we do. We need some get back.
Yeah, I think we owe them a little something, and this is the perfect time to go ahead and get our lick back at State Farm Arena. So fans, make sure you're showing up to State Farm Arena on Friday to support our Atlanta Hawks as we are looking to try to stack wins, play hard-nosed defense, be efficient on offense, and play team ball ultimately. Of course, A1 Forever. That's the platform on YouTube. Be generational because it's always time to be, and don't you settle for less because you always gonna have more with the vision. What it is, Twitter, because sometimes I'll be about to call it X, and I'm not with that. But Twitter and Instagram, A1 Forever, and on TikTok, the real A1 Forever. Man, please like, comment, subscribe, and help us get out here in this algorithm. Myself at A1 Forever Sports, and also my brother T Will at For My ATL Sports 1. help us get out here in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? If you love the video, if you love the content, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, help us get out here. And so the rest of the world can get to know A1 Forever Sports and for my ATL Sports 1, because we're going to talk about these Hawks, Braves, Falcons. You know, we're going to give it to you just the way that we see it. Good, bad, you know, happy, sad. It doesn't even matter. It's going to be real. And thank you to all the people who watch. Thank you to all the content creators out there. Continue to do what you do, and we love what you do. But until next time, y'all, we're gonna be back with some more content. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, and make sure y'all tune in tonight for the 95 Sports Machine. We are going to be on about 9 o'clock, man, and it's also we're debuting with Roundtable Sports. So just, you know, growing and I told you 2024 growing season. I said that back in January. I wasn't joking. So let's keep on doing and keep on elevating, going to the next level. Till next time, y'all, peace and blessings to you.
A1. Yeah, truly. Cooler and I'm flyer too. Jam. Cooler and I'm flyer too.